Hey, Mr. Clash here, and today we're in the NDL. This is another War Wednesday. Recap, Spider Legion versus UY, NDL Amateur League. NDL stands for no dip, so there are no dippings. Town Hall 9s must hit Town Hall 9s only or up. Town Hall 10s cannot drop down and clear 9s, and 11s cannot drop down and wipe out 10s. So the old strategy of random wars or whatever, where Town Hall 11s all just go and dip and just wipe out Town Hall 10s, and then the Town Hall 10s basically try to two-star the Town Hall 11s. Not really a bunch of fun. Dipping down and trying to hit bases below you isn't really a bunch of fun. So we don't have that in no dip. But here it is. War result, 67 all. Did we have a winner or was it a full draw? Let's have a look. Spider Legion won. 67, 94.28% versus 93.76%. Because it's a war, I will show you quickly both sides of the map. One Town Hall 11 3-star, one Town Hall 8, Town Hall 10 3-star. There's no Town Hall 8s in NDL. And did they clear the 9s? Did they clear the 9s? No, they didn't. They did not clear the 9s. Okay, so there's one 9 that was left on the board. That Spider Legion left on the board. And let's have a look to see what UY did. They cleared a Town Hall 11. They cleared a Town Hall 10, number 3 and 4. This was a fresh hit on Mr. Bob as well, which is interesting. And they look like they're clear. And there's a Town Hall 9 that they haven't cleared as well. So in this case, whoever was able to clear the Town Hall 9s would have had a win. Spider Legion had a win anyway based on the percentage. So we'll just go up to the top. And we'll have a look at 5 attacks. They're all going to be a little bit different. And we'll start off with a Town Hall 11, a Town Hall 10, and then we'll have a look at 3 Town Hall 9 attacks. Now, the interesting thing is have a look at the troop combination of the Town Hall 11. I'm sure you've seen this troop combination before. A bunch of bowlers and witches in the corner with some healers. And when I saw this attack, I thought, well, I'm putting my money on the fact there's going to be giants in the CC. And there they were. Here come the giants. Here come the bowlers behind them. And now we're going to have the Grand Warden drop down in the second, King and Queen. Both jump spells are down already. That way you don't have time to mess around with other spells. Get the jump spells down early, which is quite fine because the jump spells do last for a while. It's not like they're little 10-second spells or anything like that. They have a very good long life with the jump spells. One rage, one heal left up. Plenty of bowlers. They don't really know what they're doing at the moment. So there goes some there. So somehow all those initial bowlers in that push missed the jump spells until these jump bowlers were coming around. Eagle Artillery is about to go down. One more hit from the King. There it goes. Both Inferno Towers are still up, which I found very interesting watching this attack, that the attack did not come in trying to get rid of the Inferno Towers. It came in such a way or such a path that it did kind of path over to that top Inferno Tower, but then it made its way back in through to the Eagle Artillery and Town Hall area, and I found that was very interesting. So Inferno Tower's locked onto some Raged Barbarians there at the moment, or the Barbarians that spawned from, that were summoned when the King used his Iron Fist ability, and so that way the King was not targeted by the single tower Inferno, and now the King's health will be able to get all the way back up. We'll just run this at double speed now because it's a minute left to go and there's only 20% of the base, so it's a long way to take out the rest of the base. And very interesting, or I guess a little bit somewhat lucky, with the way that the Inferno Tower gets taken out. So obviously the Inferno Tower will lock on to everything as it can, and everything will have to beat through the wall. So there we go. It's locked on to the Grand Warden first, then the King first, then the spawned archers and other troops that are left, which gives the Queen. Still no special ability used, and there it is. Now the special ability got used at the end, so even if it had locked onto the Queen early, she could have used the special ability to get the Inferno stream off her and onto something else. Now we'll have a look at this Town Hall 10 attack. Okay, so we had, alright, so we've had that. So I like this one in terms of how the Valkyries worked on this base. They just worked really well. Valkyries, of course, we know can be a little bit squirrely, the way they react under rage spells. And I did an attack in a war, and I dropped the Valkyries and they went in under rage, and I lost track of them and I couldn't see where they actually went and I stood there looking at the screen thinking all my Valkyries had actually died, but I couldn't find them, and I thought, what the hell killed them? I didn't see what had happened to them. And they, under their rage spell, they shot off to the side that quickly I didn't see it, and that they were hidden by some things. So without a rage spell on them to help them out, or a heal spell, they all just died. Now in this case though, the pathing of the Valkyries worked out really, really well for the attack. So rage spell goes down onto the Queen, King comes down, he'll take out the cannon, and now here come the Valks, and of course we know there's going to be some bowlers and extra bowlers in the CC. So it's a good lot of Valks, a good lot of bowlers coming in. We've got one heal spell and 2 rages left. We've got the Skelly spell left as well. Often taking a Skelly spell now at Town Hall 10 to distract either Inferno Towers while troops are getting near them, or to put onto other things and distract other things. But it's a great spell to be taking at Town Hall 10, seeing a lot of Skelly spell use at Town Hall 10, and also beginning to see a lot of Skelly spell use at Town Hall 9 as well. So here comes some hogs in from the bottom. Teslas have popped at the top. A couple of archers up there. Those hogs will take out the Expo. You've seen that the Skelly spell got placed onto the Archer Tower. So the Archer Tower was shooting the Skellies while the hogs came in and took those other weapons out. That enabled the hogs to live long enough to come over and now try and deal with the wizard. And a couple of sick hogs over there, and the wizard should go down, and the hogs may even get that mortar. I think the wizard gets, there we go, the wizard gets the mortar, and the hogs are still kicking. They'll get taken out by the Archer Tower and the Tesla, of course, but you have a look at the troops that are left. Skellies, bowlers, Queen, level 40 Queen, she's got the healers on her. So yeah, lovely little 3-star on this Town Hall 10. Now there is something that I did forget to mention, I believe, at the start, and that was the 6-pack people in this war. We had Astronaut, Fire Fury, and Perry Bod. They were the 6-pack getters of this war. So now let's go and have a look at some Town Hall 9s. Now what I'm doing with the Town Hall 9s is just showing things that are a little bit different, a little bit out of the usual. That's what I'm doing with the Town Hall 9 attacks, just so that we get a little bit of variety from the Town Hall 9. So we can see here offset, well, I guess I kind of term it as offset expos. That is, the way that they form a triangle, one expo, Queen, so it's kind of a triangle pattern. So if you think that you want to come in with a certain type of attack and you need to deal with an expo and the Queen, then this makes it a little bit hard. If you want to try and path from expo to expo, then the Queen's off to the side, so that's why I just called that offset that way. So rage spell goes down, Queen's up. This will be a TDH style attack. Obviously, Queen walk Laloon coming in, no golem, so there's no go Laloon part of this. It's just the Queen walking. She's going to obviously now try and take out these 2 air defenses. That looks like to be the plan. Now, what I liked about this attack, obviously, is that number 1, it was a 3-star. But there's no dilly-dallying with the clean-up troops either, which are the minions in this case. And the reason that you're bringing 10 minions is because sometimes the lava hounds don't pop and give you the pops, and if that doesn't happen, you don't have clean-up troops. And you can see there are no other wizards or anything like that. So in this case, your minions are clean-up troops. You can also use minions in this attack, this TDH style attack, to help you funnel into the base as well. So the Queen's gone down, rage spell. She's gone down to take she hasn't gone down. Rage spell's gone down, keep the Queen up. So here comes some extra balloons in onto the Archer Tower, Wizard, geared up Archer. Nice little use of the rage of the haste spell to get the things in there quickly. Now you can see here Skelly Trap has popped. First Lava Hound's gone all the way over there. It's not going to last too long with a few things shooting at it. Next Lava Hound's coming over, balloons are coming in, and okay, so we've got the nice slow balloons, placement of the haste spells, rage spell left, should be dropping the rage spell any minute to get those balloons onto that air defense before they get wiped out too quickly. And you saw how quickly the minions came down. So once that last deployment of balloons was there, you could see the balloons were going to path up towards the left-hand side there. So get the minions down quickly, and you can see that within those few seconds they have taken everything out. So sometimes you do see in these sorts of attacks, people wait until the last weapon goes down and then they deploy the minions. But by then you could you could have wasted 20 seconds and now you're going to struggle to get the rest of the base cleared. But in this case, that wasn't the actual case. So nice little 3-star from Lieutenant Dan as well. And there we go. So now we move on to the last one. Yeah, that was 2 town hall 9 attacks. So we'll go have a look at the last one now. The last one starts pretty quickly from memory. We're going to have a look at number 19. That's what we're going to have a look at. Number 19, I'll just pause it here. Okay, just have a quick look at the troop combo. 20 balloons, 5 lava hounds, there are lava hound in the clan castle, 4 rage, and 2 poison. Now, the decision with, obviously this is a pentaloon, the decision is, do you bring 2 poison, 1 for clan castle and 1 for skelly spells or skelly traps, or do you bring 1 for the clan castle and a skelly spell to help take out the queen? So there are always the options. Now, obviously, if you bring a skelly for the queen and then air skellies pop, you don't have a way to take them out unless you've got plenty of pups. But if you don't have plenty of pups, then you have a little bit of an issue. So that's where the second poison comes in really, really handy. So obviously in this case, being a penta, I'm going to try and wait for the archer queen to take out that air defense so that you don't have as many air defenses to deal with. Although penta is designed that you can come in with the 4 air defenses standing, but in this case with those things down, it just helps with pathing a little bit as well. So you can see the queen's going to come down here, she'll take out this sort of thing, and it helps the pathing go around. Poison's gone down. Now obviously in a penta you don't really generally do a lure on the town hall, on the clan castle, not the town hall, and you kill the enemy CC on the fly. You can see the baby dragon's still up, following things around. Now drop that second poison on the queen to slow the queen down a little bit. Now here we've got a bunch of pups. The queen doesn't know what to do. She's trying to shoot the pups. Now if there was a rage spell then, the pups would take her out quickly, but you need the rage spell for the second part of the base. So the queen is still shooting at the pups. She's affected by the poison a bit. Now watch what these pups do over here. Bang. They've just raged onto her. She was low in health, and now they've taken her out pretty quickly. And that last rage spell, now keeping 2 balloons up the sleeve, very, very smart idea. You don't necessarily deploy all of your balloons in one hit when you're doing a penta. Try to keep some for cleanup. As you can see, your balloons are your cleanup. So you've got stuff up there, and you need them because this is a lot to clean up. So 1 balloon there, 1 balloon there. Couldn't really see this pad behind the king. Otherwise, I think you would have dropped a balloon up there on the left. But that pad's really hard to see there. So here we come with the balloons to try and help this single lava pup that's over here, just to take all this stuff out while the other things go. Now, what's interesting, of course, is we have 2 lava pups unpopped. 5 were brought into the attack, and only 3 popped. So this is why it's a good idea to keep a couple of balloons up your sleeve, because when only 3 pops of your 5 pop, it limits your cleanup troops, and you don't bring up any wizards or anything like that because the lava pups are your cleanup troops. So I just forgot to speed that up for you there. Sorry about that. Now we'll go and have a look at the percentages, and we'll see how all of that panned out. Of course, the percentages are all going to be the same because both clans used all attacks and both clans got the same number of stars. So their percentage of new stars and so on will be the same. But yeah, as you can see, all attacks used, all attacks won, 17 3 stars and 8 2 stars from each clan. New stars 1.34. That's really, like I said, it's going to be the same because all attacks were used for the same star number. The difference was in the percentage. Now I'm not going to show which bases were made up the percentage difference as far as, oh, this one was 99% and the others got a lesser percentage or not. So that will be it for this War Wednesday. We'll call that week 2 of the NDL Amateur. Spider Legion versus UY. Again, the result was Spider Legion won 94.28% to 93.76%. Thanks for sticking around. Do leave the video a thumb up. Let me know what you thought of the attacks, or if you've tried any of those combinations. I do like to know what you're using in wars as well. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next video.